The Diary of a CEO began as a simple idea, a seed of thought planted in the fertile ground of personal experience. It wasn't a grand plan or a meticulously crafted strategy, but rather a spontaneous urge to share the realities of building a business. It all started in my bedroom, a humble space that served as both living quarters and the initial headquarters for what would become a global platform. It was conceived as a public diary, a space for open and transparent communication. Not a repository of hidden secrets or carefully curated highlights, but a chronicle of lessons learned, failures endured, and the often unseen journey of building something substantial from absolutely nothing. It was about pulling back the curtain on the entrepreneurial facade and revealing the messy, imperfect reality beneath. I launched the podcast in September 2017 with no expectations of fame or fortune. It was a leap of faith, a shot in the dark fueled by passion and a genuine desire to connect with others. My intention was simply to foster honest conversations that went deeper than surface-level success. Conversations that explored the challenges, the doubts, and the vulnerabilities that often go unacknowledged in the business world. I wanted to create a space where authenticity reigned supreme. What happened next surprised me, exceeding any and all expectations I might have had. People everywhere resonated with the rawness, the willingness to talk openly about mental health, the acceptance of failure as a learning opportunity, and the immense pressure that often accompanies ambition. It seemed that these honest discussions filled a void. By 2024, we'd reached over 1 billion streams, a testament to the power of authentic connection in the digital age. And 50 million monthly listeners, a global community united by a shared desire for honest and insightful conversations. This incredible growth led to becoming the fastest growing podcast in the world, a recognition that underscored the hunger for genuine content. However, the real impact wasn't solely reflected in the numbers, impressive as they were. The true measure of success lay in the stories from listeners, the personal transformations, and the ripple effect of inspiration. It was about entrepreneurs finding the courage to pursue their dreams, to take risks, and to persevere through inevitable setbacks. It was about students changing paths, making bold decisions to align their careers with their passions and values. It was about a community forming around vulnerability and growth, a safe space where individuals could share their struggles, learn from one another, and support each other's journeys. The podcast proved that sharing the unpolished truth, the messy realities of life and business, connects us more deeply than any carefully constructed, polished success story ever could. It's in the shared vulnerabilities that we find our common humanity. This incredible journey, fueled by authenticity and connection, ultimately inspired my book, The Diary of a CEO, The 33 Laws of Business and Life. It's a practical, honest guide to personal and professional growth, offering actionable strategies and insights gleaned from my own experiences and the stories of countless others. It's about understanding the fundamental laws that shape our lives, both in the boardroom and beyond. And ultimately, it's about using them to build a life of meaning and fulfillment, a life that is both successful and deeply satisfying. After years of conversations with top performers, I noticed a pattern: success is built, not lucked into. I call it the 5 buckets framework: knowledge, skills, network, resources, and reputation. First, fill your knowledge bucket, what you know, learned through study and curiosity. Then skills, what you can do with that knowledge, practiced until it creates real value. Next comes your network, who you know, the relationships that open doors and challenge your thinking. Resources follow, what you have, from money to tools, enabling you to scale your vision. Finally, reputation, what people think of you, built on integrity and consistent value. The order matters. Focus on knowledge and skills first, and the rest will follow. This framework is a roadmap. Diagnose where you're stuck and fill the right bucket at the right time. Master the buckets, and you master your trajectory. In the 5 buckets, there's a strict order, a deliberate sequence that maximizes your potential for success. It's not arbitrary. It's based on fundamental principles of value creation and sustainable growth. Understanding this order is crucial for anyone looking to build something lasting. Knowledge and skills come first, always. This isn't just a suggestion, it's the bedrock upon which everything else is built. Without a solid foundation of knowledge and honed skills, any attempt to build a network or seek funding is premature and ultimately less effective. Too many chase networking or funding, eager to skip ahead to what they perceive as the important stuff. They believe that connections and capital are the keys to unlocking their dreams before they have anything to offer. They approach these opportunities empty-handed, lacking the substance to truly engage and create value. It's like trying to build a house without the necessary materials. But knowledge and skills are yours forever. They are an investment that pays dividends throughout your entire career. They are portable, adaptable, and resilient. They're the foundation for everything else. They provide the confidence, competence, and credibility needed to navigate the complexities of the business world. When you're truly skilled, when you possess a deep understanding of your craft and can consistently deliver exceptional results, networks and resources are drawn to you. People are naturally attracted to expertise and competence. They seek out those who can solve problems, create value, and contribute meaningfully. My own journey started with zero connections or money. I didn't have a privileged background or a network of influential contacts, just relentless curiosity and a growing expertise in social media. I immersed myself in the world of digital marketing, devouring every piece of information I could find. I learned, experimented, failed, and improved. Through countless hours of practice and analysis, I honed my skills and developed a unique perspective. Only after proving value, after demonstrating tangible results and showcasing my expertise, did the network and resources arrive. Opportunities began to present themselves, and people started to take notice. Don't shortcut the process. Resist the temptation to skip ahead. Become a student of your craft, embrace the learning process, and dedicate yourself to mastering your chosen field. Practice relentlessly, push your boundaries, and constantly seek ways to improve, and let your expertise speak for itself. Let your work be your calling card. Your skills are your currency. They are the most valuable asset you possess. The more valuable they are, the more leverage you have. The more you invest in your skills, the greater your potential for success. Knowledge is the seed, the initial spark that ignites your journey. Skill is the plant, the cultivation and nurturing of that initial spark into something tangible and valuable. And only then do you harvest the fruits of network, resources, and reputation. These are the natural byproducts of mastery, not the starting point. Focus on mastery. Dedicate yourself to becoming the best you can be in your chosen field, and the rest will follow. Success is not a destination, it's a journey, a natural progression that unfolds as you develop your skills and expertise. Don't try to network your way to the top. It's a flawed strategy that rarely yields lasting results. Become so good they can't ignore you. Strive for excellence and let your talent shine. That's the real shortcut. It's the most direct and sustainable path to achieving your goals. The first pillar of my book is the self, because everything starts with you. Your business and life can only grow as much as you do. Mastering the self means taking radical responsibility for your mindset, habits, and self-awareness. True strength is authenticity. Leaders who admit their struggles build trust and foster innovation. Question your inherited beliefs. Replace limiting stories with empowering ones. Change starts with identifying and rewriting your internal narrative. Become the CEO of your own life before leading anything else. Simple habits like a non-negotiable morning routine build self-trust and momentum. Win the first battle of the day, and you're ready for bigger challenges. Your character is your destiny. The second pillar is the story, because we're wired for narrative, not just facts. The story you tell about yourself or your brand is often more powerful than the product itself. Stand out. Don't be wallpaper. In a noisy world, being memorable is everything. Sometimes bold or unconventional acts like launching a car into space create unforgettable stories that define brands. How people remember you is shaped by the peak and end moments, design experiences that leave a lasting impression. Your internal story matters most. If you see yourself as resilient and purposeful, your actions will follow. Reframe failure as a valuable experiment, not a defeat. The story you tell yourself shapes your reality. Become the chief storyteller of your life. Your story is your strategy. Make it count. The third pillar is the philosophy, your personal operating system. It's the set of principles and mindsets that guide you when no one's watching. A strong philosophy means you create your life intentionally, not just react to it. Embrace Kaizen, continuous incremental improvement. 1% better every day compounds into extraordinary results. Fail fast and smart. Treat setbacks as experiments, not verdicts. No plan B. Full commitment to your main goal unlocks creativity and drive. Your philosophy is your compass. Principles like Kaizen and failing smart keep you on course. Don't fear failure, use it as feedback. Build your invisible architecture and you'll weather any storm. Your philosophy shapes your outcome. So, the fourth pillar is the team. No great achievement is solo. Your success depends on the quality of people around you. Ask who, not how. Find the right people instead of trying to do everything yourself. A great team multiplies your effectiveness and accelerates your goals. Culture is key. It's not perks, but shared values and behaviors that drive performance. Guard your culture fiercely. It attracts the right people and repels the wrong ones. Adapt your leadership style to each individual. Unlock their unique potential. Invest in your team. They're your greatest asset. Move from I to we. That's how empires are built. Adversity is the greatest teacher. Your strengths often grow from your deepest wounds. My own hardships, poverty, racism, feeling like an outsider became the fuel for my ambition and empathy. Sharing failures isn't self-pity, it's leadership. It connects, inspires, and demystifies success. On the podcast, the most valuable lessons come from guests' toughest moments, not their victories. Hiding mistakes stifles innovation. Sharing them builds psychological safety and encourages risk-taking. Reframe adversity as a workout for your character and failure as a lesson, not a verdict. Keep a failure resume. Track your mistakes and the wisdom gained. Your scars are proof of battles survived and the foundation of future strength. Embrace adversity. It's the curriculum of growth. Let your setbacks become your superpower. The diary of a CEO's journey, like any ambitious endeavor, hasn't been without its share of criticism. It's a natural part of putting yourself and your work out into the world. We've faced scrutiny, especially in instances where guests on the podcast shared claims that were, in retrospect, unverified or lacked sufficient supporting evidence. These moments served as important learning opportunities. This feedback, while sometimes difficult to hear, reminded us of a fundamental truth. With a big platform comes big responsibility. The larger the audience, the greater the potential impact, and therefore the higher the standard we must hold ourselves to. As a result, we've become more rigorous in our processes, implementing stricter fact-checking and source verification protocols. We are deeply committed to transparency and continuous improvement, always striving to learn from our mistakes and refine our approach. This commitment extends to every aspect of the platform. Despite these challenges and adjustments, the core message remains steadfast. It's a message of empowerment, reminding you that you have the agency to build a remarkable life, to shape your own destiny, no matter where you start or what obstacles you face. Begin by filling your knowledge bucket. The incredible thing is that learning is essentially free and always available, thanks to the wealth of resources accessible online and in libraries. Every day, get 1% better. Because small, consistent growth, compounded over time, is the most powerful investment you can make in yourself. Remember, your journey won't be linear. Expect doubt and setbacks. They are an inevitable part of the process. Focus on what you control, primarily your learning, the development of your skills, and the cultivation of your relationships. Start with yourself. Craft your story. Define who you are and what you stand for. Define your philosophy, the principles that will guide your decisions and actions. Build your team. Surround yourself with people who support and challenge you. Anyone can do this. The only requirement is to begin, to take that first step, no matter how small. The diary of your life is being written every day, with every choice you make, every action you take. Make sure you're the one holding the pen, actively shaping your narrative and directing the course of your destiny.